What's up, y'all? It's your boy Fuego. No Platcast, that's dead. Anything minor league doubles related, no more content coming of that nature, as I'm sure most of you probably know, as I'm no longer with MLD. It was a fun run while it lasted, but today I am here to tell you the story about why I made the decision to leave minor league doubles. So everything was honestly good up until the end of season 6. And then kind of right before the start of season 7. I guess I'll give you a quick history of what I did in MLD. I joined the week before the season 5 draft. This was back when MLD was Plat 3 and under only. So I think I joined as like a mid to high gold. Was drafted 8th because I just scrimmed my ass off all week leading up to the draft. Picked up by the Dodgers and Crodville. He was a good captain. Nice guy. I ended up getting dropped midway through the season. It is what it is, and the Bears picked me up pretty much immediately with Deheimer and Lockman. We barely missed out on the playoffs, but it was a fun season. Great first season for MLD. I was really excited for the second season. So by that point, I had kind of I don't want to say like made a name for myself because I think that kind of sounds a bit arrogant, but I was definitely one of the more active community members, and I was trusted enough to be given a mod position, which at the time was nice because mods actually did stuff. Like you could mute and ban, kick people, change nicknames, all those things. Now it's just kind of a neutered role where you have to tattle to the council. But anyway, that's beside the point. So Skiven Mod is made captain of the Plat League Foxes at the end of season 5. The MLD split a little bit. They had 2 leagues now. It was the Plat League and the Champ League. Plat was up to Diamond 1, I want to say. Maybe Diamond 2. I think it was Diamond 1. And then Champ League was everything up to Champ 2, I believe. But Foxes did well. Me and my boy Goose and Brava and Goofy, we made the Blue Conference Finals. Ended up losing that, but it was a really good season. I felt like it was successful. But that's just a quick backdrop as to my history in MLD. 2 seasons. Definitely one of the more active people in chat. I think anyone who was around when I was around will attest to that. So I guess I'll get into why I decided to leave now. So it all started on a normal Friday. I was at work bored, messaging an MLD Gen chat, and we were having a pretty fun conversation about it's like, just one-liner caster lines, just kind of stuff that would be kind of funny for them to say, even though they, and then how those conversations go. So it goes from like, something silly, and then it devolves a little bit. And I said something. I said something like, the Foxes offense has gone quiet in game 2 like an altar boy after confession, which I thought was pretty funny. I can understand how that's a bit racy, and you may not want to have that, so they deleted the comment. And then I also said something about Syria. Oh yeah, something like the Foxes' defense is being shellacked like a Syrian hospital. Because we were bombing hospitals in Syria because Merca. Anyway, so those weren't really well liked by Cloudfuel, and he messaged me about it, just DM'd, and just gave me an informal warning. I'll post it in the video. But it was pretty cordial. I made a Bill Cosby joke. He didn't really like it or enjoy it, but it's whatever. Informal warning. Then a couple hours later, I get a message from Dinobot saying that I'm muted. And I'm like, well, that's not right. I was told this was an informal warning, and I got muted, so someone must have changed their mind, I guess. Maybe Cloudfuel didn't like my Bill Cosby quip. Who knows? So then I messaged the council. First person I went to was Inanimate J because I felt like we had pretty good rapport. And, he was like utterly unhelpful. Didn't say anything at all. Every exchange I've ever had with the council or any leadership, though, has been cordial, at the very least. So, I didn't say anything rude. Everything will be posted, of course, but, it was like, all right, this is great. So then after that, I go ahead and message Kathy, or Cathexis, the vice president, as He is that as his title. So he essentially said like he didn't really know what was going on. Like he said, he just got home from work. So he was like, "Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much to be said. Like you were inappropriate, so we're gonna suspend you because we've done this to other people before. But don't worry because you're a good person, so that's why we just went with the minimum sentence of a 1 week mute." And through the whole exchange, I was cordial, tried to joke around about it, but at the same time, I was pretty put off because it's just like, well, what the fuck, man? I've never been in trouble ever. Like, I think one time I got in trouble for, not really in trouble. I posted a link in the wrong part of the server, and they were just like, could you post this here instead? That's it. So other than that, never said anything to that point to get under people's skin or anything. So, you have a person who's pretty much been there I want to say 2 seasons, and you're just like, all right, well, we're going to mute you. No biggie. Deal with it. So then another mod, KD, messaged me, and he just kind of out of the blue, he's like, hey, I saw that you were muted. Apparently, someone else told him. He was Moose. And he was just kind of worried. He had no idea why. So I told him what went down, and he messaged Cathexis, and Kathy basically said, in response, he messaged me after Katie hit him up and was like, "Hey, you're not in trouble. Like, we just decided to mute you for a week, and it's happened to President Gaming Bear for inappropriateness. So that's kind of something to keep in mind because he's the president and he's been muted." But you'll see it kind of goes downhill for me over time. And I believe I think if I remember correctly, um, maybe this happened after season 5. I'm not sure. No, it didn't. I don't know. It's whatever. It's in the past. It was either after season 5 or season 6. I'm pretty sure it was after season 6 because I don't think I ever got in trouble until that point. But I could be wrong. My timeline could be slightly fuzzy. But the gist is the same. So yeah, they held like a formal discussion, even though Kathy wasn't apparently part of it. But Jay and Gaming Bear supposedly overruled the rest of the council, decided to mute me just to be fair with previous things. And I don't know, maybe this is where Jay just started not liking me. Who knows? But I don't know. Maybe Gaming Bear felt like because he was muted for a week for inappropriateness that I had to suffer the same consequences. I don't know. It would have just been nice. It would have been a whole lot easier if they're like, "Yo, dude, chill," and then that's it. Like what Cloud did, perfect. And then I would have been a good little boy who didn't do nothing the rest of the way. But because they didn't, they handled it so poorly, and then I get muted out of nowhere. I just kind of like, all right, well, fuck y'all. So that was the first little incident run-in with the council, and it wasn't like a major issue to me. I thought it was bullshit. Most people who I talked to, other mods, thought it was kind of bullshit. But whatever, I understand you gotta be consistent with previous rulings. That's how the American justice system works, so whatever. I can't really fault them for that. But what came next, I definitely can't fault them for.